Indy 500 just ended, but the fun is just getting underway for the thousands of fans who are flocking to the track for Carb Day. The countdown is on to Sunday's running of the 91st Indy 500. We're all keeping our fingers crossed that the weather will hold out. We'll get more on that from Paul in a moment. But right now, the weather is great for Carb Day with practice, the pit stop competition, and music. Ray Cortopassi joins us live from the Speedway to get us all started. Good afternoon, Ray.
Hey there, Grace. Yeah, the weather is beautiful, and I think that's part and parcel of what's brought out people by the droves here. Let me tell you, if you're planning on coming out here to Carb Day, be ready to sit in traffic for a long time. We did that making our way west to the track along 16th Street. It took forever. You'd like to say that people were racing out to the track, but nobody was racing out to the track unless they did it very early this morning. But let's take a look here. Lots of folks are enjoying it out here. Carb Day, of course, moved back to Friday, and I think that is really helping folks out a lot come to be able to and enjoy all the festivities here. As you mentioned, the big concert. We'll run down the schedule for that for you in just a few minutes. But I was fascinated. Carb Day is rich in tradition here in Indianapolis, just like the race. But how many people actually know what Carb Day means? Well, not too many. Take a listen.
Today is Carb Day, and this is my first time out to the track.
Okay, so what is Carb Day?
I'm not really sure.
2 days before the race.
What do you know what Carb Day is?
Yeah, to drink all the carbonated Miller Lite I can.
Carburation. It's
All right, and let's give you that schedule here. Carb Day, actually, you know, that goes way back to when there was no fuel injection. They would adjust the carburetors from the qualification setup to race day setup. But, you know, Gasoline Alley is becoming obsolete. All right, here's the schedule coming up. At 12:30, we'll have the Freedom 100 Pro Series race. That goes till 1:30. Then at 1:30, you always love this. It's the Checkers Rally Pit Stop Challenge. You get the racers who work hard to get the tire setup changed out. Then at 3:30, Kid Rock performs the Miller Lite Carb Day concert. So much going on. And look, joining me now, Carlos Diaz from Extra here. We understand as always, your job is to go out and find the celebs. How are you doing on that mission, my friend?
I'm doing well. I appreciate the definition of Carb Day, though, because, see, being in Hollywood and having to diet 24 hours a day, I thought I could finally eat pizza and fries.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I had pizza and fries earlier. I'm like, oh, not that kind of Carb Day. But the celebrities are out. We have all the celebrities from ABC, from Grey's Anatomy. You know, you have Patrick Dempsey, McDreamy.
Driving the pace car this year.
Eric Dane, McSteamy. I think everyone's McSteamy out here today. Ellen Pompeo is here, you know, Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy. You have Apollo Antonono, the winner of Dancing with the Stars. So a lot of celebrities. You mentioned Kid Rock as well. So you can have a lot of celebrities out here, and then I get to spend the time with Sarah Fisher yesterday as well.
Excellent. All right, well, we'll hear that interview coming up shortly. Yeah. That's going to wrap it up here at Carb Day, but we'll have much more from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway coming up today, first at 5 and throughout the 90 minutes. So we will see you then later this afternoon. Grace, I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio.
all right. Have a good time, Ray. We'll see you later. And this is one of the most important weekends of the year for those forecasting the weather, especially since there's a threat of showers every day through Sunday. So, Paul, the pressure is on. What do you have for us?
It's been about 10 years since we last couldn't finish a race, so we'll see if we're due. Right now, we're not certainly waving any panic signs at you, but we do want you to know that it's going to be active through the weekend. It already has been this morning, but mainly just to the northwest of us so far. The rain has been rolling in from the southwest and keeps kind of moving over the same territory. It has lessened in intensity over the last couple of hours, so it already is raining today in parts of northwest Indiana around Lafayette and Crawfordsville. But this is what you want, the future. So the TrueCast is all updated. It has one front that's moving through this afternoon. Now, it's had some trouble establishing any rain farther out to the east. Maybe that'll be the case all weekend long. There's still a big ridge of drier weather that is in place to the east of us, but there's a chance of showers this afternoon for Carb Day at about 30%. And then this front will go back up north tomorrow. We'll be in a warm sector, probably no activity in the morning, but in the afternoon some scattered showers will break out again. In the meantime, then, Saturday night going into Sunday, this secondary cold front will be along. That's the morning hours there. On Sunday at 1 a.m., there's 6 a.m. And so by the time we're into Sunday morning, we'll show you real quick. The TrueCast will roll it through Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. And there's Sunday morning at 3 a.m. There's Sunday morning at about 8 or 9 o'clock. So that's what we'll be watching for this weekend. Grace, the forecast high should be into the low 80s each day with a 30, 40, and then 50% chance of storms.
All right. Thanks a lot, Paul. Well, one Hoosier tradition just won't be the same this race day due to an illness. Jim Neighbors is unable to make it to the 500 to sing Back Home Again in Indiana. Julie Persley is live outside the track with reactions from race fans and a look at what the Speedway has planned in his absence. And Julie, so many people love his great booming voice.
I know, and so many people are disappointed this year, but yet they understand. Now, Jim Neighbors usually sings just before the command to start the engine. The 76-year-old has not missed an Indianapolis 500 since 1986.
Back home again in Indiana.
After serenading us for decades, this year it will be our turn to sing for Jim Neighbors.
Back home again in Indiana.
Chairman of the board at the Speedway, Mary Holman George, decided the fans should sing their own rendition since Neighbors is too ill to fly to the race from his home in Hawaii. IMS is hoping it will be a nationally broadcast get well card for Neighbors, who has sung the tune 29 times during the pre-race ceremony since 1972.
When Jim was told, he thought that would be very nice as well, and he was touched by it, in fact.
The Speedway says it couldn't think of an appropriate replacement other than the fans. Neighbors has become legendary since the late Tony Holman first asked him to sing the morning of the race back in '72.
I remember a lot of people thought, you know, Gomer Pyle, what's he doing here? What's he singing for? And then second year he came back, third, fourth, and it wasn't long before he became a tradition.
For the fans, the pre-race festivities won't be the same.
It's sad. I wish he was coming back. I hope he gets well.
Too bad. It's a tradition. The Speedway will play a taped message from Neighbors on the video board inside of the track, and then display the words of the song. As we found out, that's probably a good idea.
Back home again in Indiana. That's all I know.
Everybody here at the Speedway thinks this is probably the first time they've ever had to put the lyrics up on the big screen. So, Grace, hopefully Jim Neighbors will be back next year. Reporting live outside of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Julie Persley, 6 News.
Yes, we all wish him well. Thank you so much, Julie. And you know, there's more to the weekend than racing, barbecues, and travel. It's time to honor those who've given their lives in service to our country. Right now, the 500 Festival Memorial Day service is underway on Monument Circle. Norman Cox is there. Norman.
Grace, before the picnics and outings of Memorial Day and, of course, the big race and the other events of this weekend get started, Indianapolis pauses today to salute the people this holiday is all about, the U.S. servicemen and women who have given their lives over the years to protect the freedoms we all hold so dear. They have just finished, in fact, the service is running a little bit ahead of schedule. They just finished laying several wreaths to honor our fallen heroes, as well as reading the names of all Hoosiers who have fallen in the war on terror since the last Memorial Day when we all gathered here on the circle. Right now, we're getting ready to see the caisson procession. It represents all of the war dead, and it's making its trip around Monument Circle right now. Governor Daniels reminded Hoosiers that they live in a patriotic state second only to Washington, D.C., and that some people may think that's an anachronism, but he thinks it's very appropriate. Mayor Bart Peterson said that it doesn't really matter what any of us think of the war. Today is about the people who've made the ultimate sacrifice. Soon this will be followed by the flyover of the jets, followed by the playing of taps, and the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Live on Monument Circle, I'm Norman Cox.
Yes, we owe those men and women so much. Thank you, Norman. A plane crashes in Madison County, where the plane went down, and how the people on board are doing this afternoon. Firefighters have a busy morning on the city's east side. The number of houses destroyed or damaged by the blaze. Hopefully it won't rain on our parade, the time and starting point for tomorrow's parade, and how many people are likely to attend. And having a little fun before taking the green flag, how drivers are enjoying themselves for race day, and the celebrities who are joining them. New this noon, federal safety investigators are on their way to the site of a small plane crash in Madison County. 2 people were hurt, the pilot and passenger, when this plane crashed on a rural landing strip near County Roads 900 North and 800 West. Deputies on the scene say the pilot, who was updating his license, was practicing an emergency landing when his plane stalled 100 feet in the air. It went straight into the field. The pilot, 69-year-old Colin Day, suffered minor scrapes and scratches. His passenger, instructor Robert Snyder, was taken to St. Vincent Hospital, possibly with broken bones. One house was destroyed, 2 others damaged after an early morning fire on the city's east side. The fire broke out at one home in the 200 block of McKim Avenue. That house was fully engulfed by the time crews arrived. The fire spread to 2 nearby homes. Everyone inside the homes got out safely. A house fire in Lawrence sent 2 people from their home. It broke out about 3 this morning along Old Stone Drive. Authorities say the 2 people inside at the time made it out okay. Smoke detectors woke them up. One did suffer a slight injury. Authorities believe it started in the back of the house. And now to a suspicious fire from the city's south side. Firefighters were called out to this home on Kelly Street. Bystanders report seeing 2 men running east in the alley between Kelly and Paper Street. This fire is close to several suspicious garage fires set earlier this week. There were no reported injuries. New this noon, the town of Brownsburg has issued a mandatory ban on outdoor water use due to the dry conditions. All residents are being told to discontinue lawn watering, car washing, and other non-essential uses. It'll remain in effect until further notice. Anyone found not following the order after midnight tonight will have their irrigation service terminated until next season. Well, making a few party pit stops before the big race, IndyCar driver celebrations, and the celebrities who are here to cheer them on. 500 Fashions, the charity event that gave a lot of familiar faces a chance to strut their stuff. Well, tomorrow's 500 Festival Parade is sold out, but that's just for the 30,000 reserved seats to view these floats and more. There are plenty of free spots along the 2-mile parade route. 300,000 people are scheduled to attend. The parade starts at noon at North and Pennsylvania Street. And there will be a lot of celebrities in the parade, including Milka Duno. Last night, 6 Restaurant and Lounge hosted a welcoming party downtown for the rookie driver. Among the celebrities spotted at the party were A.J. Foyt IV and Hoosiers director David Anspaugh. And, of course, a party isn't a party without Kiss's Gene Simmons.
You're at the Indy 500, baby, where anybody can win. We're at Milka's party, but we're going to hit all the parties because Indy is party town, tonight especially.
All right, you heard it here, and more celebrity sightings at the annual Terra Fashion Show yesterday. Celebrity models, including defending Indy 500 champ Sam Hornish Jr. and his wife Crystal, walked the runway at the Westin Hotel. They modeled fashion from Saks Fifth Avenue. Our own Martha Weaver and her 23-month-old daughter Evelyn also took part. The event raises money for Terra Charity. Terra is the Championship Auto Racing Auxiliary. How cute is
Boy, it's been a while since I've seen her daughter. Oh, my.
Oh, she's beautiful, just like her mom.
Very nice, Martha.
Yeah.
All dolled up for the weekend.
Exactly.
Isn't that... I think we may have had a flyover just now.
I thought, is that thunder already? But no, that's the flyover.
I believe that's a flyover. Must be Memorial Day weekend here in Central Indiana. Well, there you go. And the view from downtown with some hazy sunshine out at the Speedway. So far, so good. And we could easily luck out this afternoon. We've been talking about this 30% chance. We're giving you the percentages all this weekend just to help you compare and contrast because it's a little different every day. It's a 30% threat today. And so far, it hasn't been a threat. 77 degrees. The track has just a light wind right now. It's a 77 there. No rain yet. It's all been to the west and to the northwest so far today. So let's spin it for you and show you the showers that are lined up still from around Kokomo back toward Lafayette. They've lost some intensity. The whole thing has moved a little bit farther to the north. So that's the setup right now. Warm air contrasting with rain-cooled air. Lafayette is only at 62 right now, but it's 72 in Kokomo.